from scratch. Lately I've had this itch to just make a track, so I figured I'd mess around with the BlackBox a little bit. Surprisingly on here, every time I kind of just mess with whatever samples I have on here, I kind of come up with something pretty decent, I'd like to say, by my standards, whatever those may be. And yeah, so I figured, you know what, why not just mess around with this and kind of see what I can come up with. Thanks for kicking it. You're more than welcome to hang out. And yeah, let's kind of get started. So, of course, I normally start off by just loading up some samples. We'll go over to MPC 3000, and then we'll put this to play. So the one thing that sucks here is they're alphabetical. I did not organize these well at all. So I normally just kind of scroll until I find BD, bass drum. There we go. I kind of like that one. That's cool. Okay, cool. Actually, no, we'll get to that in a second. Let me go ahead and load up some more sounds. Load, file. Sure. So one thing I want to mention, when I first did the video on the BlackBox, the one thing that didn't make sense to me was the sequencers. And I was using these all wrong. Me being stuck in my MPC ways, I realized that the sequencers are actually, or the sequencers should be used as sequencers per pad. So for example, if I want to do some kick drum stuff, I should just put that on this sequence. So if we were to press record, play, and I wanted to just say, right, of course I jacked that up. Let's let me go ahead and remove that one. Cool, so now that we have that sequence going, I should launch this one, and then this is where I should lay my clap in. Let me do full velocity, and then a lower one. Maybe a little. So that completely changes the way I use this thing, because then I can pull things in and out. The one thing that still makes absolutely no sense to me is the song mode. I've tried multiple times to try and understand this. There's been a couple updates. I haven't read the manual fully on how the song mode should work, but you would expect a song mode to kind of be self-explanatory. In the case of this one, not so much. And yeah, let me go ahead and set the swing a little bit. Let's do some 60%. Let's get some hats in here. So let me see where else I can get some sounds from. Drums. That baby sound. I actually like this, but I'm going to pitch that down. So sequence 3. Now I can have my, cool, so record, play. Let's do a lower one. Awesome. Here we'll load up an open hat. I think I have some, maybe I don't. Load one shots. I just want like a typical 909 open hat. Okay, I heard one. Hold on, where the heck did I hear it? That one's kind of cool. Let's make this one work. So see, it's got that little tail in there. I can just shorten this up. Then if I go to volume, pitch it down a little bit. So same thing, sequence 4. Okay, now it's way too loud. So same thing, I'm gonna go to the attack, turn the sustain all the way down, and only mess with the decay. Back to main, bring it down a little bit. So if I go to sequences, I can now just mute the kick. So sequences turn into pad mutes for me at this point, which is awesome, because I don't have pad mutes on the 3000 or the 60 or the 2000, I don't think, but I have it on the 4000, and I don't have, no, I don't even have it on there. I have track mutes on the 4000, but no pad mutes. That's something on the newer MPCs, which is really nice. So now I can go to effects, go here, give it a little bit of reverb. Let's listen to what the reverb is doing. Dampening, less. Get a little bit of shuffle in there. Okay, so about now is kind of the time I would either do the bass or the sample. Let's see what samples I have on here. We'll go to load. I think I have a bunch of chord samples on here actually. That's kind of cool. Ooh, I like the ending of that. So we'll say, oh, see, sometimes in longer clips it loads it as a clip, or longer samples it'll load it as a clip. In this case, I kind of wanted to do sample, but the slicer sounds kind of enticing. Let's see what we can do with the slicer. The slicer is awesome. It's still a little quirky. You can definitely tell that 1010 is more of the engineering side of music making, not so much the musician side. No offense or anything like that, but it's definitely different. So in this case, you just say split. So split is slice, not add slice. It's just called split. So then I can add another one here, split, and then I can play the first slice, and then if I want to play the second slice, there's not much to be sliced here. You know what? Maybe I don't want to do the slicer. There's a moment in time here that I really like. That wing gong wing gong gang gong. So if we go in here. I think that'll be really cool. And what's cool is you can still use the ADSR within that start and end point. And if you really wanted, you can go back and trim this, but I'm gonna just leave it as is just for the sake of time. But like if we were to do no sustain, you don't even hear it. Do a little bit of decay. That's cool, but then keys. Yeah. Okay, so that's on the 5th pad. I'll go to sequences, launch that. And this one, I want it to be 4 bars. So you just go to edit, step count 32. That's actually 2 bars. We'll do 64. All right, let's do this. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to turn the sustain up. Go back to main. There's like a resonance already set to the filter. So now I want this kick to be even bigger. The compressor's on. That helps a little bit. Am I clipping? A little bit. So it's kind of nice to mix into the compressor already, but it can kind of throw some people off. It kind of throws me off because when I listen to this, it sounds a little flatter, you know? I'll leave the compressor off. So I'm gonna see if I can find a better kick drum. I'm gonna go ahead and go here, bass drum. We'll go to loop masters, one shots, drums, kicks. Whoa. This sounds... Does this sound tight? Yeah, this does. But it's like this crazy long... I don't even know what that is. It's set to mono. Let's see what happens if we set it to poly. Yeah, I don't like that. We'll set it to mono. And I'm just going to use this as texture. If I go back to our sequences, I'm going to launch this one here. And here I'm going to load up an actual kick. Ooh, that's the one. This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. So I'm going to set this one to not 16 steps and not 32, but 24 steps. And that's kind of this weird in between section, right? So let me see if this will work. Okay, so see what it's not doing there? It stops right there. The clip, you can see it kind of goes to the end and it'll stop. So let me see if I can change that. Step length, 16 steps, duty cycle, I don't know what that means. Quantize, let's see if I can. Cool, so I can set the quantize size of this one to 14 steps. And that, whoa, what am I saying? I can set the quantize of how long it takes this pattern to launch to a fourth, which means I can then like turn it off and on a lot sooner. And I can turn it on in the worst positions as well, but because it's on a fourth and the kicks are kind of on a fourth, it's always gonna work. But I wanna do one thing to this loop, is add another sample or another hit, but really quietly. Done. So that just kind of happens randomly. And then I can go back to our sequences. Back to our pads. This part kind of sucks because I want to launch this pad to change the filter, but I'm going to use this instead because if I hit it and tap it, it's just going to play the sample. But what's great here is I can just say, then turn it up. Ooh, this is crying for a bass line. Oh. All right, let me screw everything up and try to add a bass because this is not gonna end good. No, I should give myself some more credit. I can do this, I can do this. Okay, let's load that one. So, now that we have that, ADSR, sustain is full, release. There's a way to change how it's played. Where is it at? Loop start, loop end, pad default. No, that's the normal high. Oh, I completely forgot that they added that. I was gonna say there's a way to change the way that it actually plays back so that it's not one-shot mode. I know it's here somewhere. I can just never find it. Where in the F is this thing? Oh, duh, it's on the first page, gate. So now, oh, that just turns it on and off. Come on. Toggle, gate, trigger, toggle, gate. There it is. Okay, this isn't sounding good, but let's see what we can do. What happens if I pitch it down by 12? Just an octave. So now I kind of want to do that high Q. Let me go back to this pad really quick. Yeah, I do not like this sample. Not working. Let's go back. 3K. Oh, this ain't gonna have nothing. Presets. Does it have anything in here? Load. You know what? One second. I gotta grab a synth sound. I know I said I was gonna do this with just the BlackBox, but I need a synth sound. All right. This should work. Ended up just grabbing the handy dandy Tonic, my go-to weapon of choice. So yeah, note to self, get some synth sounds on here. The other thing that's kind of funky on here, actually, let me show you this really quick. So if I go to sample, this will get it to stop playing. But if I want to say, let's just try and record another sample here. I say, cool, record input left and right, sure, gain, whatever, It's going to be this here. Actually, I guess we can go a little louder. Cool. So this is, oh, look at that. That's not good. This is the thing that kind of gets me. If I turn, at least this is, watch, it's going to work. Again, it's going to work perfectly now that I'm recording. Record monitor on, yeah. Record to play, no. Record threshold, yes. What's going to be our threshold? Well, we can see clearly we're already sitting at minus 42 dBs of just noise, but we clearly go all the way up to about 1. So I'm going to go ahead and set this anywhere above 42. So let's just do 40. Why not? Cool. So if I hit record now, nothing happens. But I just thought of something. I was thinking maybe I hold record and that works. Nothing. 1x multi, I just want one sample. So what the hell? If I turn record quantize off, set our length to custom, nothing happens. I have to have it playing, and then I can hit record, and I can just go, and it'll grab it. So now I have that there. Kind of quirky, I guess. I don't know if that's a bug or what, but maybe fix that. It's just not the way I would expect it to work, I guess. So this one, let's go to high Q, and then I want to pitch this one down by a semitone. Or by a semitone, by an octave. Ooh. So the other thing I wish you could do, you can get modulation for different sources. You saw what I did there? Filter, there's 3 little squares underneath it. If I select one, what's the source where it's modulation? I wish ADSR was one of them, but it's not. Oh well, I guess. What are you gonna do? It's not like I can fix it. Sustain, down. Release none. What did I do? So the other thing, I'm on this sequence here, so to not make the mistake, I'm gonna just go ahead and launch this one, which is there, just to kind of help myself stay a bit organized. I honestly oftentimes forget that I need to jump to another spot. I like that, that's cool. So we'll go to sequence. I'll set this to 32 steps. So you might think, well, at least I first thought that the quantized size of the sequence is kind of annoying, but where it's cool is I can actually go and change the step count weirdly, and you'll see that it kind of waits, and it will, there's like a global clock running in the background that kind of helps keep track of everything. So I'm gonna just set this again to 32 steps. Boom. Turn that down a little bit. Okay, so that is just way too loud. Whoa, never seen that menu. That's cool. Okay, so another thing. Let's just go off of this. So I want this to kind of have some delay on it. If I turn this all the way up, then go to our effects, don't beat sync it, turn our delay up. Just to kind of move it around a little bit. Of course, that's clearly way too much. That's pretty good too. It's so funny once you take everything out of a track and then you go back and listen to it again, you're just like, why was it, how long has that sound been playing? Luckily for me, I kind of like that clap. Nah, I think it's good. That's cool. Maybe take some low end out of it. So then effects here, I'm gonna give it some reverb. Then we'll go too much. So that needs to be even sharper, more staccato. So see, I have the whole thing playing. ADSR, sustain none, decay a little bit. I just love these really sharp sounds. Let's pitch that down. It's still a little loud. I mean, this is dope. See, this is the thing, like with the BlackBox, for whatever reason, I always make stuff that I'm like, this is pretty tight. So I got this track here, made it for clearly, 10-10 day. We'll go ahead and save that right now. And then I made another one that was for when I was at the laundromat. So those tracks are pretty dope. Maybe I'll put those out. I mean, I always talk about making music, and clearly I haven't put anything out in a minute. I'm just trying to make some good stuff. But yeah, that's kind of it when it comes to this thing. It's so simple. Maybe I could use a ride in there. Yeah, let's add a ride real quick. Classic me, man. I'm just trying to end this thing, and then I'm just like, let's keep doing stuff. That baby. You know what? That baby now deserves a moment to shine, because it's clearly made me giggle the same way he's giggling. Yeah, that's gonna be it. So we're gonna go, I wanna set this to 64 steps just to give it a little 4-bar thing. So let's pitch it down. Let's pitch it down by an octave. Not bad. A little loud. Borderline creepy. Very creepy, actually. Ooh. I kind of like that reverb. A little bit more decay. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. We won't go too deep into it. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you're having a good time. I'm excited to see you in the next video. If you want to support the channel, by all means, you already know I sell merch, sample packs, but you kicking it is more than enough. Really appreciate you, seriously. Thanks so much. Thanks for everything. Yeah, have a great day. I'll see you soon. Until then, you already know the drill. Share the love, share the knowledge. Knowledge is power. Peace.